Hello, I'm the Minister of Common Sense, and in this, my second video on my new channel, I'm going to talk about the so-called raise the colours. If you search this phrase using Google, it returns the following result. Raise the Colours is a British far-right group whose members attach flags to lampposts and engage in anti-migrant vigilantism. It is one of a number of organisations behind the campaign Operation Raise the Colours, which rose to public prominence in England in autumn 2025. I find this description very disturbing, with its accusation that everyone who felt compelled to fly the flags of the nations that make up the United Kingdom or the Union flag were racists. Let's look into this in more depth. We have flown flags for various celebrations throughout the years, sometimes to celebrate the feast days of the patron saints of each nation, to show support for teams competing in sporting events, to celebrate the jubilees of our monarchs down the years, and also to honour those who have fought and died for our country and celebrate peace at the end of conflicts. To many, the Union flag is sacred as it represents the country that we truly love and are proud to have been born in. At no time at all have the good people of this country flown the flags to signify domination over others, apart from a small minority before the Second World War who were led by Oswald Mosley, or by the National Front and the British movement in the 1970s and 1980s, and Britain First more recently. The Union flag is without doubt the world's most famous flag, and the whole reason for its creation and design was to celebrate and confirm the unity of the home nations, when the conflicts between them that had lasted for hundreds of years were finally over. That's what the flag represents, not domination or discrimination, but unity and peace. I don't know of any other nation whose citizens would be considered as racist because they choose to fly their national flags. Throughout Europe, and especially in Scandinavia, it is commonplace for every home to fly their national flags. The same can be said for many parts of the United States of America. The world's largest flag is flown in Baku, Azerbaijan. Mexico also has a tradition of flying huge flags, as any visitor to Cancun will testify. With all due respect to those nations, I think Great Britain has given the world far more than they have. There is never any suggestion that these countries' pride in their flag has anything to do with the far right, as there is here. The Union flag was twice in the last century a confirmation that liberation had come, and many of the population of Western Europe wept with utter relief that the flag that represented freedom had come to drive out torture and oppression, and bring liberation and democracy once more. The Union flag appears on more flags than any other. The figures are truly amazing. 5 sovereign nations, 18 British overseas territories, 11 federal provinces and states in the USA, Canada and Australia, including Hawaii, and 21 counties and municipalities in the USA and Canada. The recent wave of flag flying was a reaction to the mass flying of flags of Palestine across many cities in Britain. The reason for this was to show support for the people of Palestine after Hamas attacked Israel, who then retaliated. This was the largest number of flags of a foreign nation ever to be flown in Great Britain. In my opinion, this was also to signify and send a message to us that certain areas of our own country now belonged to others. There were no news reports regarding the hoisting of the flag of Palestine en masse, no accusations of racism or domination, anti-British sentiment, or anti-Semitism. Raise the Colours was a reaction by ordinary British people to what they were seeing on the streets of this country, but as always, the media only reported one side of the story. In conclusion, I am saying that if there hadn't been a huge amount of Palestine flags throughout this country, Raise the Colours would never have happened. If you have enjoyed this video, I would urge you to like, share and subscribe. It's totally free and takes seconds. It's so important because it encourages me to take the time to produce more content, and also sends a message to those who oppose our views that there are millions of us in Great Britain and across the Western world who share common sense views. God bless you all, and thank you for watching today. And don't forget, listen to the lion, because the lion never lies.